Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring another horror movie review, and this time we're going to be talking about Hunter's Moon.
What's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Katrina.
Hey, I'm Sylvia Saska.
And I'm Jen Saska.
And we're the Saska Sisters. Get in! Get a part of this! Subscribe to the little butt down there! Look.
So first I see Camp Coldbrook, and now this. Oh, shit. If you guys seen my review of Camp Coldbrook, I was pretty underwhelmed by that movie. And, I have a lot of love and appreciation for Danielle Harris, so that one was kind of a letdown for me. Check out my video review on that if you want to hear more of my specific thoughts on that. But Hunter's Moon, I was really looking forward to, too. Because, like Camp Coldbrook, Hunter's Moon stars someone I really, really love, and that is Thomas Jane. Which is why I bought the movie ahead of time. Cool cover, by the way, I'll give it that. But if you guys didn't know, Thomas Jane is one of my all-time favorite actors. I absolutely love his portrayal of the Punisher. I love that movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And various other roles he's had over the years, even like something like Dreamcatcher, that weird Stephen the King movie. Something like The Last Time I Committed Suicide, I'm Out With You. Even something like the Mutant Chronicles. I could go on and on. Hun, of course. I could list more stuff, but I love Thomas Jane. I owe a lot to him. Just for what a fan I've been, an admirer of his. The Expanse, of course, recently. And I was looking forward to this. Being that hardcore horror movie fan I am. And he's delved into a little bit of The Mist and even 1922 recently and stuff like that. But being the big horror fan I am, I love werewolf movies too. Thomas Jane starring in a werewolf horror movie. Holy shit, that's like a fucking, dream film for me. This film, it starred Thomas Jane, starred is a strong word for Sean Patrick Flannery, but Patrick Flannery was in it. Wyss, who a lot of you horror fans should know from the original Nightmare on Elm Street film. Yes, Katrina. As well as, I'll list a couple of others off here. Katrina Bowden, Will Carlson. David Labreva had a brief role in it. He had a role in Sons of Anarchy as one of the club members. And he had some supporting actresses and Emily Parker and I can't pronounce everyone's names, but yeah. So this movie had promise. I'll just review the IMDb premise, real quick, just to give you an idea. The sheriff makes a strange discovery when he gets called to an orchard where 3 teenage sisters have been attacked by a band of young delinquents. And you can read this somewhere else as well, so it's not like a spoiler, but. The sheriff seems to be already aware of these, these delinquent boys that are out there, so he seems to be kind of, maybe wanting to wrap things up with, what kind of shit these guys have been pulling, right? But of course, it turns out to be a werewolf in the mix, as, the whole invasion thing takes place with, these younger girls at a new house they've just moved into with their parents being out for the night. This seemed like a really easy setup. I mean, it's not a long run time. It's not even an hour and a half. It should have been real easy for me to enjoy this. some of my favorite actors I know haven't been in the greatest movies all the time, but yet, there's just something about it that, I can still get out of it most of the time. But with Hunter's Moon, unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. Thomas Jane isn't in it for like the first half an hour, 45 minutes or so. He has a brief scene, and then he's a little more in it for like the last half or so. And it's not that. It's not my main problem with it. There's a decent atmosphere to it, but nothing like it should have been. And I don't want to spoil it, but there's a certain change of direction they take within the movie in like the last quarter or so. Like a quarter and a half. I don't know. It's almost 5 a.m. again. I'm doing a video. But there's just a direction they take with a story that I don't really care for. Sort of predictable if you think something might change going into it. But even if you're aware of this maybe developing, you still don't want them to take that direction, but they do. And it makes for something that's supposed to become kind of smart and clever, but it's like, no, I'd rather just have them gone a little more straight up. That would have been better. And it's hard to explain what that is, but I guess I'm trying not to spoil it for some reason still. And again, I love Thomas Jane. He can be a great actor. And I still think he is. With this, I kind of question his choice. I don't know. The movie just didn't have the scares, didn't have quite the atmosphere I was hoping it would, but even with Thomas Jane himself, the acting for the most part, although I ranged from like bad at worst to average at best. And unfortunately, Thomas Jane was kind of at that average point at best, which is unfortunate to say. I mean, I feel like he went into this not really taking it too seriously, which I won't be surprised by, just kind of maybe having fun with it, and just kind of like a casual sort of project for him. I'm not sure. But, he does this kind of southern drawl sort of thing. He's like, so what are you girls up to? And I can't. I'm going to do even worse than that, so I'm not going to imitate him too much, but I felt like he was kind of over the top with that, and I don't know, he didn't really help the rest of the movie, unfortunately. Although, you could tell he's probably the most experienced actor on screen when he is. I don't know, I still kind of scratch my head about some of the projects he takes sometimes. And I don't know, they try to fit in like this, love interest issue with one of the sisters and one of the delinquent boys, and some family issues within that and such. And Amanda Wyss plays the mother, and she was kind of good. She's not in a whole lot of scenes though. And I also think that the actor who played the father, Mohr, he actually wasn't too bad either. But they just don't go far enough with it. And it becomes very basic. The werewolf, by the way, they do keep in the shadows, but probably mostly for effects reasons, and maybe they weren't overly confident with the final product. I don't know. But I've seen great werewolf designs and makeup, and I've seen horrible ones. I've seen mediocre ones that end up being still executed kind of well because of how the movie's filmed. And this one, I guess, was sort of somewhere in between that. It wasn't the worst werewolf design. I thought the face was kind of decent on it once they actually show it. But like the body and like the fur looks pretty artificial to me. Very much like a costume, unfortunately. And then besides that, even though I do sort of like how they created the vibe with it, the werewolf aspect sort of feels like an afterthought. It just sort of feels like a plot device, if anything, or plot convenience. I don't know. I would like more of that. It's not overly violent either. Like that at one point, a younger character is killed. I'll just say that. And they keep talking about, just. And it's not a spoiler, but the body comes crashing, through something at one point, and they keep reacting to how disgusting it is. And yeah, he has a bad, scar going across his face, but that's all you see. His face isn't shredded to death either. It's just like a good size, single gash or two sort of thing, and they're acting like he was. Oh yeah, well go get him what's left of him. Like, he doesn't look that bad. He doesn't look that gruesome yet. I don't know. So I would like more violence, a little bit more gore out of it from that end. I don't know, it's like Camp Coldbrook. It was underwhelming. It felt like it could have been more. Not as much was done with it as you're thinking it's gonna going into it. So yeah, it was disappointing to me. I feel bad, but yeah, I was disappointed in a movie Thomas Jane starred in, so that's kind of unfortunate for me to say. And I was pretty excited for Hunter's Moon too. I remember posting about it on Facebook when the trailer came out and Bloody Disgusting, saying how it's my most anticipated movie of the year next to Godzilla and Kong, which Godzilla and Kong's on another level. Let's, pray that doesn't get delayed again. But even still, I was excited for Hunter's Moon again. Just Thomas Jane, one of my all-time favorite actors, in a werewolf horror movie. Fuck yeah. But it just did not live up to its potential with that setup, which is really unfortunate. Again, I did buy it. I probably can't get anything for it to sell it, really. It's Thomas Jane, so I'll probably keep it. Be aware, though, there is a mid-credit scene. It's not overly long, so you'll probably get through the movie. It's kind of disappointing. It's more home invasion aspect than werewolf. And there's just a story direction I didn't really care for in it, that, where they kind of twist it. So yeah, let you guys know about this one. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. And if I had to rate it, I give it a D, somewhere in there, somewhere in the 60 percentile. So yeah, peace. Oh man, Thomas Jane.